Welcome to Calculator Active. Today we're going to look at inputting data in order to create scatter plots and to determine linear regression equations. So I'm going to cut the calculator on and I'm going to reset it, second plus 712, to clear out any previously entered data. So before I begin, I want to enter some data into my list. So I'm hitting my stat key. I'm going to edit by pressing enter. And I'm going to place the age of the car in years in list 1. And then I'm going to type in the value of the car in list 2. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Had to enter after each of those entries. And then I'm pushing my right arrow, and then I'm going to type in these other numbers: 40,000, 20,000, 15,000, 10,000, and then 8,000, and then press enter. So I'm going back to my home screen, second mode. And in a previous video, we talked about how to create box and whisker plots. So all of the plots are in that same location. So we're going to press second, y equals. And I want to turn plot 1 on by pressing enter. I need to highlight the word on. I'm going to arrow down. The first graph that's shown beside the word type is a scatter plot. So I'm going to press enter there to highlight this. And then I know that my X list is my L1 and then my Y list is L2. And then you could choose the type of mark you want to see on the graph. I'm going to use this little square here, but you have the option to use the square, the plus sign here, or the little dot. Okay. So we also talked about in another video, if we press graph, that the data that we enter into the list may not fall within this standard window. But whenever we are entering data into a list, it will automatically graph based on the dimensions and the range if we press zoom and then number 9. Okay, so right here you see a scatter plot of the data listed on the screen. Now, you also have the option of finding the linear regression, and we'll talk about, you can also see the other types of functions that match and correlate to this data, but we're going to look at linear regression equations today. So next, I'm going to go to my home screen, and then I'm going to press second stat. And you can see all the various operations that can be done again with the list. So let's press second. Yeah, let's just press stat. Okay, let's just press stat. And then we're going to go over to calc. So here's some of the options that are available. You can get your 1 variable and your 2 variable statistics. But we want to look at number 4 today, the linear regression equation. And it's going to be of the form ax plus b. So let's press 4. And here, x list was list 1. My y list is list 2. We will not need to enter any other information here, but where it says calculate, we want to highlight that, and then we want to press enter. And so now the calculator has given me a linear regression equation of the form y equals ax plus b, where a is negative 7,400 and b is 33,400. So the regression equation would be y equals negative 7,400 x plus 33,400. Okay, so now I have created a scatter plot. I have asked the calculator to give me the linear regression equation. Now I can enter this equation into y equals and actually graph the equation as well. So I'm going to go to y equals, and I want to pull up this equation. So I can ask the calculator to tell me that, or I could just type it in. So in order to get the calculator to recall this equation, we're going to push second stat. I think that's right. We're going to push stat. Push this already. I can't remember. Man, I can't remember. Second calc. Nope, I just forgot what to do. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. We're going to push. Go back to the home screen. We're going to go to y equals. I want to enter my equation here so I can graph it. So we're going to push vars. Then we're going to arrow over to y vars. Function is what we want, so we press enter. The function we want is y1, and we press enter. That's not right. We're going to go to vars. We're going to go down. Okay, when we press the vars key, we're going to go down to number 5, statistics. Press enter, and then we're going to arrow over to equation, and it's the regression equation that we want to enter beside y equals. And as you can see, it has entered that equation in. I didn't have to type it in. All right, so now we can press graph, and you can see the calculator brings back up the window that we had for the statistics that we just graphed, and then it also graphs the linear regression equation right there on the calculator. So let me go back through how you enter the equation in. We press y equals, we'll clear that out. Remember, we had already called up the regression equation. So then we press vars, number 5 for statistics, arrow over to equation. It's the regression equation that we want. And there it is. And then again, when we push graph, it graphs that regression equation right there on the same graph with the scatter plot. If you want to no longer look at the scatter plot, you can go into second y equals, and you can turn that plot 1 off by pressing enter and then highlighting the off. And all you'll see now is the regression equation. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope this tutorial was helpful.